We know, too, that Dolly Parton's Imagination Library is having an impact on families. We survey, we have the Center for Community Solutions survey families every year and create a report for us. And we get incredible response from families. So we have a huge response rate. And we find out from them that the vast majority of families enrolled are reading more often with their child since they've been enrolled in the program, to the tune of 78% of people report reading more often with families who share. We asked people, we made it optional for them to share demographic information this year. So families with incomes of $25,000 or less report, 91% of those families report that they're reading more often with their children since they've been enrolled in the program. The exact same data for when we ask if their child is asking to be read to more often. So 91% of families with incomes of $25,000 or less report that their children are asking to be read to more often. We asked adults if they themselves are reading more often since their child was enrolled in the program. 61% of them said that they were.
Wow.
And 79% of those with incomes less than $25,000 said that they themselves were reading more often since their child was enrolled in the program. And almost all of them report that they believe that their child is better prepared for kindergarten because of the program. That's a subjective judgment, but as a former kindergarten teacher, I can tell you how a parent or adult or who's sending their child off to kindergarten feels before their child goes to kindergarten. If they're feeling more confident for their child and about their child's transition, that rubs off on the child, and that's only a good thing.
Gotcha.
So. And then 88% report that some of the books have actually inspired their child to learn more about a topic. So that's fabulous. Again, we know that the longer a child is enrolled in the program, the more likely they are to be ready for kindergarten.
Wow.
Research is really clear on the importance of books in the home.
Sign them up right away.
Yeah, the number of books in a home is more important for a child's school success than family income level, family educational level, or adult educational level. Yeah, books in the home is really important.
Yeah.
So that's why this program is so important and impactful.
Makes me think of growing up with my grandmother. We lived with her for a number of years, and she was a writer and a social activist. And I think I mentioned I've mentioned before on the podcast that she graduated at 59. So there were always books, and I remember sitting in the hallway and they weren't kids' books necessarily, but I remember this one particular was like the cowboy history, and I just remember looking at the pictures and reading about them, and then I'd pull out. She worked for Rockwell, so we had a lot of NASA books because she was part of the space program. So I'd pull out these NASA books, and I just remember, just having them there was just such a wonderful resource for me and for my imagination. And
yep, you can't have too many books in the home. Dolly Parton says that. You can never put too many books in the hands of children. Well, the research shows that's true.
Yeah. That's really interesting that it's more important than socioeconomic status or education level or whatever. So that's really interesting.
Keep those books in your home. Don't give them all away when your child's growing older either. I encourage families to hold on to a lot of the books until their child is older. Hang on to some of the favorites then, but keep them even for kindergarten, first grade, second grade, because when a child is learning to read, it's great for them to be able to go back to ones where they can find success and be affirmed as that, I can read this with ease.
We had books that we read to them when they were babies that they kept reading all the way through grade school because they were favorites.
And it brings some comfort. It brings some comfort later. Brings some comfort. They need to have a little joy and whimsy and lightness in their life even as they get older. Yeah.